What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Flyboy in here. We back with another video, and we're actually on take 2 because apparently my audio wasn't working. So I recorded a whole video with no audio, and I feel like I was on point the first try. But anyways, man, if you're new, hit the like button, subscribe. You see the title of this video: Stephen A. Smith must be stopped. Bro, you're wildin'. You're wildin'.
And opponent points per game, and both ranked in the top 11 in terms of win percentage. This season, however, both teams ranked in the bottom third in win percentage and point. Who's in a more frustrating position?
Who's in the more frustrating position? We're talking about the Lakers and the Knicks right now, bro. Yes, both teams was pretty solid last year. Yes, you're correct. But one has LeBron and AD and Russell Westbrook. Other team has Julius Randle and 21-year-old RJ Barrett, who's, by the way, looking like an all-star right now in the second half of the season. So, what is it to talk about? Let's see what y'all talk. Let's see what y'all want.
Is it the Lakers or is it the Knicks?
More frustrating, Knicks or the Lakers.
Let's save the best for last on this Knicks, but let's go with you, Perk.
It's the Lakers, and it's not even a debate for the simple fact.
Shout out to KP for being correct for the first time in a long time.
The only people that really had expectations for the New York Knicks was Stephen A., Spike Lee, and the other New Yorkers. When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers and what they did for us building this team, it reminds me of the 2004 Lakers with Gary Payton, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and Karl Malone. All guys that were pretty much old, future Hall of Famers that formed together. At least they got to the finals. At least they didn't have a disappointing season. So when I look at the Lakers with all those guys from Melo, Braun, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard, and the position that they're in right now, not only is this a disappointment right now of frustration, but this might be the biggest disappointment in NBA
toughest
history.
Remaining schedules, the Bucks, Lakers, and Bulls.
I don't know about that because 2 years ago they won a championship. I think it's the biggest separation or divide from that championship season to where they are now. And the issues that they have had have largely just been, the investment in Russell Westbrook and hoping that he would transform this team. Yeah, he's increased their pace, but then there's been bumps and bruises along the way. And then Anthony Davis's lack of availability, that's what's really hurt the Lakers. When I look at both franchises, premier franchises in the...
That is the huge problem with the Lakers. They literally... LeBron was injured, AD was injured, and Russell Westbrook is like in his own head. He looking like Randall, like you ain't got a bag and forgot how to play ball sometimes. Like that's how it's looking. But once again, you got 3 superstars on their team, Melo included. The Knicks ain't got that.
My number one issue is that we have the Lakers with expectations and the Knicks. We all know what the Knicks likely were last year. I mean, hopefully they win a first round, playoff series, but in actuality, it's not surprising to see them sort of struggle this year, knowing that last year was pretty out of their realm.
Well, first of all,
here we go.
Not only is...
Don't do that, Stephen A. Well, first of all, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Kendrick Perkins wrong.
He's not wrong. He's actually right.
Cruel. I thought I was.
He is cruel.
I have to rethink that.
That's tough.
Because he said the truth when he said the only people that had expectations were the Knicks, was Stephen A., Spike Lee, and those New Yorkers. Well, damn it, who's answering the question now? It would happen to be Stephen A.
There we go.
So I'm going to go with the Knicks.
There we go.
Because I am a native New Yorker. Because I am a diehard Knicks fan. Because I have been struggling. Because I was a sucker.
He was.
Who stood up in Madison Square Garden during COVID and said, New York, stand up.
Who told you to do that? We was the 4th seed with Julius Randle as our best player. Who told you to do that? Listen, I had high hopes too, but I was not going to stand outside and be like, we taking it all. New York, stand up. I'm not doing that. Not with Julius Randle as my best player. I'm sorry. He's not LeBron. He's not KD. He's not Giannis. Y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'.
We here, okay? And less than a year later, it's all evaporated.
Gone.
All of it. We're not talking about them in any kind of capacity whatsoever in regards to anything new. All we're doing is looking at the Knicks and saying, this is who they used to be. They're back to being who they are. I do know that the Lakers have been a huge disappointment, but Anthony Davis's injury and the non-workability of the chemistry involving Russell Westbrook with them, but that's just for this year. The second this season is over and we look forward to next year, we'll say, LeBron, clean this up in the offseason so we could get back. With the Knicks, we see an abyss.
No, we
don't know if there's a light at the end of the tunnel or there's any hope.
And that's where you need to be stopped. That's where I'm going to stop you right there, Stephen A. That's a terrible quote. That's a terrible thought process, because you're looking at teams like Memphis got Ja, teams like Phoenix got Booker, teams like Utah still got Donovan Mitchell. They're not young. They seasoned players. Except for Ja Morant. Teams like Cleveland got that point guard Darius Garland. You see a light in their youth, but you don't see a light in the Knicks youth because they don't get no burn. The only player on the team that's young that get burned is Barrett. IQ a little bit. Quinn Grimes was getting burned before he got hurt. He definitely was. But that's only 3 players. Tibbs don't play more than 9 sometimes. 9, 10 players is playing, but out of them 10 players, the starting 5 is seeing 30 plus minutes a game, bro. 35 plus. And in that starting units that you're seeing Alec Burke get 30-something minutes, Fournier getting 30-something minutes, Randall damn near 40 plus minutes. Mitch Rob probably getting like 20-something mixed with another center, which was Taj Gibson. Now, for the past few games, has been a young player in Sims, which I feel like he should have been getting that burn from the beginning of the season. You can't sit here and say there's an abyss and there's no light at the end of the tunnel for the Knicks when we got a coach like Tibbs that's not really allowing all his young assets to really develop, especially in this season, in their first season together. We have talent, bro. Obi still plays less than 20. He plays less than 20. Less than 15. Obi would be lucky if he see 15 plus a game consistently. I've seen games where he got 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 11 minutes, 12, 10 minutes. It's like he doesn't get no burn. Every little mistake these young boys get, they do on the court, they get taken out quickly. Randall plays from the whole first and the whole third, and then 90% of the fourth quarter or 80% of the fourth quarter. He's gassed, bro. He's tired. Barrett has literally been the light for the Knicks offensively and defensively. He's turning into a two-way player. And that light gets shunned down a little bit because we're losing, and you got Randall still moving like he's the best player on the team when it's clearly becoming RJ. And the reason why I look like that is because Tibbs is the coach. That's how he got it set up. We got to get rid of Tibbs. Got to go. Play the kids, man. Develop the youth, and you will see that light. You're not going to see that when you got Tibbs is waiting for Rose to come back. He was waiting for Rose to come back this week. You don't see it because these young boys is not developing. Like, bro, I don't know how much more I can explain myself. People don't, it's like you got to look at it from a different perspective. You're looking at it like, literally, we made the 4th seed. Tibbs' whole mindset was, we're going to make the playoffs this year with this team again. As Kemba Walker with bad knees as our point guard, even though he told us nothing was wrong with his knees in the beginning of the season, but that's neither here nor there, because that was clearly a lie. He's not the same player that he was before. Evan had a horrible start. Burks is missing, bro. Where is that nigga? Where's the Burke from last season? He had 2 good games out of 10, and he's been playing 30 plus minutes a game. McBride is legit probably our only point guard on our roster right now that's available and gets no burn. And every time the Westchester Knicks got a game, he gets sent there to play. And he goes in there and he's damn near putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers as a 6'1" guard. And then comes back just to rest on the bench. Just today, Tibbs said in the post-game interview, whatever conference, whatever the fuck it is. You might just curse. I'm supposed to curse. Shouldn't be cursing. Anyways, I'm not frustrated. He literally said Alec Burks is our best option right now. Bro, we have no options. We're one of the worst teams. We're literally projected to get the 7th pick this year. There's nothing else to do. Let them young boys play. Let them develop. Let them get comfortable. We don't watch y'all make Kevin Knox sit there on that bench. Y'all did not develop Knox. Y'all had that man ride the bench for the past 4 seasons straight, bro. He did not get the proper development he needed from us. Yeah, doing that with these players that we got now. Make it make sense, Lord. Make it make sense.
Because Worldwide West.
We got Cam Reddish, another lottery pick. He was a number 10. He was a 10th pick from Atlanta. And RJ was a number 3. This dude is nice. He can be a two-way player himself. He gets in the pass lanes easy. He scores easily going to the basket. His shooting been a little iffy, but of course, he ain't been seeing proper minutes. You don't, in the NBA, you don't really get the practice. You probably get the practice on your little downtime, but that's your downtime. How much practice can you get? You need in-game comfortability with your teammates, and he can't even get that, bro.
Is my brother, because Scott Perry is that dude, because Tom Thibodeau can coach, because I'm
questioning that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Tom Thibodeau, don't say that. Don't.
I'm gonna hold out every hope for Leon Rose. That's the only reason I'm able to contain myself, but that's all I have. You have LeBron.
We got RJ.
We have Leon Rose.
By the way,
we have a small light, but there's a light. There's a light.
Today, Stephen A., 2 years to the day that Leon Rose became the president of the New York Knicks.
Only been 2 years, bro.
This is where they stand.
I like
Only been 2
Leon
years.
Rose. I've known Leon Rose for years.
Yes.
But I meant this sincerely when I said it.
Hold
There are inmates
on.
in state penitentiaries.
Hold on. Tell me after this, okay?
I've gone.
I don't know where he is.
Lady
I'm not
done
talking
walked
about in the
off.
stands during the game.
Right.
I'm talking about answering questions, giving New Yorkers some hope, talking to us about what your plans are. There are inmates in state.
He's accurate about that. Leon Rose is MIA. He only shows up to games. I think he leaves before the game's over.
Penitentiaries more visible than Leon Rose.
These dudes in prison got phones, bro. They on TikTok.
And heard from more than Leon Rose. She don't
That's
do
a
many
fact.
interviews.
No, she does not. But again, the Knicks are the Knicks.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming.
The Knicks are the Knicks because we got people like Tom Thibodeau doing what he doing. Anyways, man, I said my piece. I have nothing else to say. This was a 5-minute video. I done turned this into a 14-minute video. Lord help us. This might be it's gonna be shorter than that. I gotta cut some stuff out. Anyways, man, that's the video. If you're new, hit the like button, subscribe. More videos on the way, hopefully in the future, soon. Stephen A. Smith, you must be stopped, bro. You're wildin'. It's not that deep. You be saying some out of line, out of character stuff. You don't even big up the game that RJ is literally showing he's the best player on the team now. And you're not even bigging that up. I have yet to hear you really say anything positive about that. It's crazy. I have yet to hear you say anything about why is Tom Thibodeau still running down with playing the same lineups and with the same losing lineups. Why hasn't he switched nothing up? Why does his game plan have not changed? It's been the same game plan all season. Starting lineup is going to be either, before it was Kemba, but now it's Burks, Fournier, Barrett, Randall, Mitch. Mitch might play like 20-something minutes because I guess his injury at the time. They managing his minutes. But Randall's going to give you about 40-something minutes a game. RJ's going to give you like 35 plus. No problem. But the fact that you got Fournier who can go 0 for 10 in the game and play 37 minutes, or Alec Burks that can go 0 for 10 in the game and you give him 25 to 30 minutes a game, it's asinine. It's crazy. Bro, you sat Kemba down. Rose is injured. You put Quickly in, no problem. But you got a whole nother point guard on that bench that you could play over Alec Burks. Develop the kids, man. Develop the kids. Anyways, y'all. Hope y'all have a beautiful day. It's Flyboy, man. I'm out. Peace.